and welcome back to episode 15 of Behind the Counter. We are sans Dan today, and we're happy to have Boater in the seat again with us.
Third episode in a row. What's going on?
So before we go any further, I want to quickly read off these that Dan said I wouldn't be able to do it, and here we go. You can follow us if you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, and please make sure to subscribe us at YouTube at Behind the Counter, on Facebook at Insane Games NY, on Twitch at Insane Video Games, on Twitter at pod_BTC, on Instagram at Behind the Counter Pod, all one word, and just for giggles, if you feel like supporting some friendos of the program, you can support Geek for All, our friends Joe and Amy on Twitter at Geek for All YT, or at YouTube at Geek for All.
That was a great job, Dave. Where can they find us on Snapchat?
I don't know that we have a Snapchat. Tyler, do we have a Snapchat?
I don't believe so.
Tyler, are you taking snaps of your pecs and being like, take on this? Here are your trading values.
Maybe on my private Snapchat.
Behind the Tyler.
Behind the shirt.
Oh boy.
So for those of you watching out there on YouTube, make sure you watch us live every Sunday on Behind the Counter. And for those of you watching on YouTube again, Jake Mitchell 82, please make sure you contact us on Twitch to get your free PS4, Xbox One, or Switch of your choosing. And for those of you who do not carry the title of Jake Mitchell 82 on Twitch, do not fret, do not worry, and definitely do not unfollow. Keep the course. We have another giveaway for the end of May. Same giveaway. We're going to pull a name out at the first broadcast in June, and you could be that winner.
And to do so, you just gotta have us followed on Twitch so that you can get notified when we go live. So, shall we spin it up?
Absolutely. So, first topic we have on our key for the day was
that was going to be the Boater rolling the intro.
we already did that.
All right, whatever. What? Whatever.
So, Tyler, you were really excited about a movie coming out, and it was announced, getting a lot of press recently. A famous musician had a music video with this person. Care to embellish us on May 18th?
Oh, Deadpool 2, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Dave, turn up his volume a little.
So
Deadpool 2's coming out. What have we got to say about it? We've got awesome superhero stuff going on, and it's cool to see that Deadpool got a shot at a sequel that it teased at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do we got to say?
I'm just saying I'm happy Dan's not here for this one, because there won't be any negativity about Deadpool, because he hates him.
Hold on, let me play Dan. Someone explain Deadpool to me. I don't understand it.
Well, why does he wear a suit? But I'm excited for it. Deadpool did really well the last one, so I mean, all the graphics of it in the first one, the visuals, and Ryan Reynolds kills it as him. He's pretty much born to play that role.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I'll be happy to see it again.
Sarcastic a-hole.
Yeah, he had to push to make this one, the first one, right, where he would release the trailer he made on his own almost. Or,
Yep.
Yeah, well, like the production company had done like the scene as a proof of concept for Fox, and Fox was like, no, and he was like, boy, sure would be a shame if someone saw this. Oh no, look what happened.
And everyone was like, please give that movie.
So, do you feel like the sequel, number one, is needed, and number two, is going to stack up to as good as the first one? Because that's what happens a lot of times when there's a first movie that's like a breakout, whatever, and then they do a sequel, and you're like, that was unnecessary, and you didn't do anything great with it.
Yeah. I'm happy to see a sequel. After the end of the first one, I felt like it was kind of short. I felt like I wanted more, basically. It was just like, for all the hype it was, I enjoyed every second of it, but it was over so quick. I'm not sure what the actual runtime was, but...
Yeah, it didn't overstay its welcome. It was definitely, I think it was sub 100 minutes. It was like, you know, a short feature as opposed to like the bloated 2.5 hour Avengers movies we get.
I feel like they also did a lot of what's his last name? Wade
Wilson?
Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they did a lot of Wade Wilson's backstory rather than the character, the superhero Deadpool, where you see a lot of action and whatnot. They did more of a backstory, how he came to be.
So
So it would be nice. It would be nice seeing an established character and seeing what he does next.
True.
I am very excited to see Josh Brolin as Deadshot. Is that it?
Cable?
Whatever.
Man, I'm so excited for this movie. I'm going to put it on our schedule to talk about what's going on. We got the actor. That's more than I would have gotten.
I'm excited for it. I mean, Josh
gotta get my
Brolin's
sheet.
killing the villain scene right now, playing Thanos.
As I say, wasn't he
so-
Thanos as well?
Yeah. Which they totally poked at in one of the trailers. Might be in the movie itself. We'll see.
I'm happy for Deadpool 2. Tyler, did you see Avengers?
Infinity Wars?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
All right, so I won't go into it too hard, but except to say that Deadpool 2 will indefinitely be a much lighter tone than Infinity War.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be very welcome after the last couple films, which have ended with, bad things are coming, and then bad things were here. And now we have this, what we have going on after Infinity War.
He did such a great job with Thanos, and part of that was the subtlety in the character. And again, I don't want to really spoil anything, but he did a great job subtly acting through what ended up being a fully CG character. I don't think subtle is on the docket for him in Deadpool. I think it's going to be stoic-faced villain grrr. Which is all that he needs to be for Ryan Reynolds to act off of.
Yeah.
For something stupendous.
And while we're on the topic of Thanos, he recently made a crossover into another gigantic universe outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is into, behind me right here, Fortnite. I don't know if you guys are still playing it as actively as previous episodes, but for those of you out there who don't know, there is a Thanos game mode in Fortnite right now where you drop into the game, and again, same 100 players, you drop in, and a meteor will strike the ground, releasing Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. You pick it up, you become Thanos, and then the matches basically become 99 or however many versus the one person playing Thanos.
It's all pile on the one guy, and it's really neat because I haven't had the chance to play it myself. I've just read a few people who have reviewed it, so it takes this as you will. But it's really neat because it turns into, in solo mode, you kill everyone. In squads, you have your people that you're working with. In this, you get the tentative alliances that come up in, like, Risk or whatever, where, like, all right, I'll work with you to take down the big guy, and you got to hope that they don't shoot you in the back when they get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not, there's no voice chat or anything, so it's just kind of this unspoken, that's the bad guy, we got to work together to get him.
Yep.
And then when you kill him, you can pick up the gauntlet, and then you're Thanos. And let's say the first Thanos takes out like 50 of the guys, and there's 25 of you left. Well, you're gonna have a lot easier time of it.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to kill Thanos and become him in the middle one. I actually became him for the first time last night.
Ooh.
I was playing at my brother's house on P4 actually.
Ooh.
And let me just
traitor.
let me just say the community on there, they're all plebes. They suck. They can't hit their shots. They don't have any shooters to play. So but on to Thanos. I got to play as him, and I got in a 1v1 with one. They nerfed him a lot already since he first came out, so I was able to beat him 1v1 with a heavy shotgun. I only had 4 health left.
Well, of course it was with a shotgun.
Yeah, no, he's so big you can't miss him.
The sniper rifle of the Fortnite universe.
Yep, I grabbed the gauntlet.
Yeah, they did nerf him out the bat because they said one of their goals was that they wanted everyone to be able to get a chance to play as Thanos.
I was worried that I'd never get to even play him at first, just because it's everybody in the whole map wants to take him out. But
Yeah.
Do we have a timeline on how long that game mode is going to be active?
Nope.
None that I saw. They're doing the same thing they did with the seasons, where they're just kind of like coming soon or leaving later, and just
there'll
leave
be
it
a
at
patch,
that.
and then surprise, it's gone.
Yeah. Tyler, did you get any shots in as Thanos or shooting at a player playing Thanos?
Yeah, I played the game mode a lot. I've yet to be able to beat Thanos. It's actually the only reason I play that mode is to get easier kills because you see a lot of noobs playing that game, and you just go around and they're shooting at Thanos, and you just kill them.
So you're that jerk backstabbing everyone, trying to work together to take them down.
No.
Well, here's the thing. First 2 times I played it, I was shooting at Thanos because I was trying to, I thought we were all working together to kill this guy. This guy comes up behind me after I do all the heavy work and just smokes me in the head, and I die right there. I'm like, oh, so this is how this game's going to be played. He would go back on, and I'm now that guy that goes around killing everybody.
And he was scarred for life and became that which he hated. Supervillain origin.
Yeah. It's a cruel beginning.
It's a cruel birth to just a very powerful and just terrible character.
What is it? You either die a hero or
live to see yourself become the villain. I did want to, getting a message here, did want to plug. You'll notice that we've made some changes. We've done some expanding. Insane Games is now also in the Wilton Mall. So if you have any of your gaming needs or your Funko Pop wants, they can not only be satisfied here in the Northway Plaza in Queensbury, but they can be satisfied in the Wilton Mall as well, across from Foot Locker.
If you're in Saratoga or points south, it's going to be just a little bit easier for you to get to Insane Games now.
Yeah. Bunch of pops traded in, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Speaking of Thanos, do you still have those 2 Thanos pops that were traded in?
Yes, we do. So if you're looking for Thanos in the Throne from the original Guardians of the Galaxy, as of this episode, still in store in both Glow in the Dark and Matte.
Nice.
We also want to give a thanks to our pop trade-ins. They're going out just as fast as we can get them in, but we appreciate that you guys, the customers, have been trading them into us and sharing with your collections. It's been awesome to see what pops are popular, what people are looking for, and what fandoms are represented.
Popular.
Exactly.
What a pun.
What fandoms are represented and what fandoms sit on the shelf. That one poor Sulu from the movie franchise.
Still there.
Still can't be gone.
Oh, no.
Although, Tyler, your what were the show pops that we were all making fun of a couple weeks ago?
Riverdale?
Yeah, most of those are gone. There's only like 2 left.
Nice.
You don't say.
I do say, and I own up to. So maybe once those other 2 go wrong, you will be right. But for now,
It's funny how that works.
I still think they're stupid.
What about?
I'm daddy. I'm grown.
Natural Born Gamers asks, how about Gundam Pops?
Whoa.
I believe that according to a poll on Twitter, we are no longer allowed to say that word on the show.
I'm just not allowed to talk about it, which is totally
okay.
fine because
Okay.
you guys had a fantastic episode where you guys sort of answered Dan's questions, kind of not really. But again,
How much did that
tis
pain
fine.
you to watch last week's
It
episode?
really didn't pain me as much, but it's fine. But I
He
respect
cried a little, he's
I
fine.
respect
He's
the
okay.
audience.
That sounds like a
your
hurt
voices
man.
were heard, and shan't too much discussion of that topic out of me.
As to the
And,
question, I don't believe that they make pops for Gundam. So
They do not. There is a whole host of model kits for them that you can get all over the internet and everywhere. And so Pops are not really interested in doing that.
Yeah.
It's the same reason that certain other famous movie monsters or things like that may not have gotten full Pop releases or just referential ones and things like that, because if the model kits are famous,
right.
there's no motivation for the market.
So we were talking about the Thanos event for Fortnite, and I guess there's one more thing that kind of tangentially relates to Fortnite that came in the news this week, and that's about Ninja specifically, but we can kind of talk about more than just that, and how he was saying that he's going to try to cut down on swearing a bit in his stream, which I think I mean, on the one hand, it's like, okay, gaming, there's always going to be people that are playing games and swearing. But on the other hand, I think it's a good idea because he has a lot of people that watch him. A huge demographic. Like, he always has kids or parents of kids coming up, wow, you know, we love watching you. I just wish you swore less so I could watch it with my kid, or so that my kid doesn't hear that. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on Ninja specifically with swearing and just hearing swearing and streaming and Let's Plays and stuff like that?
I understand where he's coming from, just because he wants to keep the biggest like consumer base he can. He wants to stay on the top, but what I have a problem with is when in the same stream they'll be like, I don't change what I do because people don't like it, and then they're going to agree not to swear right in the same breath of the sentence, basically.
Is that because you just don't like Ninja, Mike?
I like Ninja. He's not bad. I changed my mind a little. I've been watching him a lot. But that one thing is a little strange.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a gamer. I mean, gamers are going to swear. I mean, I'm probably the worst. I scream at the top of my lungs when I'm playing Fortnite, and I don't know, I think he should do whatever he thinks is going to make his stream the best. You know, if he feels he should swear, then, you know, why not? But, I mean, he just there's no winning, really, because he has kids watching, he has, you know, teenagers watching, he has people that, you know, are his age watching, so...
But is he going to tell somebody like Drake not to swear on his channel when he plays duos with them?
What he's going to do is that he's going to rate his streams. So he said, okay, if this is going to be a rated R stream, then they'll have guests on who are swearing more than that. But if it's something where he's just doing solos, whatever, then not necessarily. And I think that's kind of admirable. Like it can be a little hard to do if you're not ready for it. I streamed all day yesterday, which we had on here in Queensbury because Dave was stuck here the whole day, 10 to 8. So I streamed the whole day playing Nier Automata, and I was like, I'm gonna try not to swear since it's on in the store. I had swore maybe about like 5 times. It was once when I like slammed the mute button on my headset and just let
Sometimes
loose.
it's just hard not to, basically.
Yeah. But it's something that, you know, I did a lot less than I had to, and I don't think that the stream really suffered for it, you know?
Yeah.
We do actually have a special guest that we would like to pull in for an opinion on this whole topic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Being somebody that does a lot of different streams. We would like to welcome to the program. Do you want your name or just your handle? How would you like to be?
Mike's brother. You guys see me in chat, I'm sure. But what are we going over now?
So we're talking about top streamers' language, or just language in streaming in general, because when you're playing certain games, you're going to have mixed market of ages of kids or things like that, or even just, you know, language as it pertains to people in streaming, the streaming community. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is that, like, as long as I've been watching streams, there's always been a couple of swear words that were okay. You know what I mean? So the thing is that when you go into a stream, it says, you know, 18 or older. So you have to pick when you stream who you're trying to cater to.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you don't want to swear, that's fine, but that's going to be a demographic that you're missing out on because there are people that like it no holds barred when they go in. So that's how it is, you know what I mean? So of course it's going to be okay that Ninja's doing what he's doing, but I feel like at the same time he's going to get frowned on by other streamers, other viewers.
There's a lot of petty stuff going on. With, Myth hosted this tournament, and he had a bunch of top guys playing, and he didn't invite Dr. Lupo or Ninja because they're having a little like scuff about the whole language thing. Ninja won't play with them anymore, I guess, because the language. That's what I heard. Not sure if it's fact, but
that's interesting. I know Dr. Lupo today was mentioning something about going to a tournament, so maybe he's in. But I know Ninja was rather, as the term we use, butthurt about something today. He was
the Twitch community has reached that critical mass where it has evolved its own petty BS.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Just as Facebook, just as Tumblr, Twitter, all these things. Twitch,
Twitch
you
is
have
so-
finally grown up.
Twitch is so personality focused, and like we saw that in YouTube, a couple years ago, and we still see it now. But we first saw it coming into YouTube like 5 years ago or something, with all the personality focused channels that are out there. And now, yes, Twitch has grown up. It is so personality focused that it sees the same thing, which is a shame because you can follow any of these streamers and there's quality content to watch, but it's disappointing when. Even if some of them are trying to rise above it, that it's still there at all.
I mean, I've seen Ninja, Myth, and Tim the Tatman playing squads with 3. Blatant open spot. The fans want Myth to go in, and the chat will be all about saying it, and you'll just never acknowledge it. And I don't know, that would bring in quite a bit of views, I think, if they played together.
That's the thing. A lot of streamers, it's clicky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
very.
if you say Ninja, he doesn't like to swear. Naturally, he's going to be linking up with other streamers that don't want that. You know what I mean? It comes into a fuzzy area when you got people that don't mind it mixing with him, and then they try to cross and go into one squad, and swearing happens, and then it gets awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's.
And again, if he says, this is going to be a PG-13 stream, or we're having a bunch of guests on, this will be an R-rated stream, this is one not for the kids, then that's fine. But there's going to be fewer of those overall because he is trying to keep that accessibility.
So what I'm getting is there will be no Dr. Disrespect Ninja team up in the near future.
He's pretty free with swearing. Dr. Disrespect, yeah.
He is definitely a volume down while he's broadcasting.
Tells people to watch the goddamn mouth and watching the 2-time and talking to the 2-time.
So before we
should be.
go any further into our things, where can people watch your streams as well? Because we've plugged all of ours, but what
I've taken a little break, but when I get started up, every once in a while I'll pop it on when I know that I'm going to be doing a video game session. It's Twitch TV/Galagros. So.
All right.
GALAGROS.
One S for Galagros.
Nice.
We'll make sure to throw that up in the information for the episode.
I'm sure give me more work.
It's just one link in the comments. I'm sure you can hack it. So we're at almost 30 minutes. Do we want to take a break and we can move into?
Break.
So after this, we'll be talking a little bit of gaming, Major League Gaming shoes. The Harry Potter game comes out to much fanfare and a lot of farting. Ninja, a little bit discussion of further. The Stutter Dud segment. We're talking Conan Exiles, Detroit Become Human, Dark Souls Remaster, State of Decay 2, and ending with What's in Your Disc Tray. We'll be back after this break. All right, and we're back with episode 15 of Behind the Counter. Make sure not to forget about that giveaway. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your next door neighbor's dog. Follow us on Twitch at Insane Video Games, and make sure you follow us so that you too can be entered for a chance to win. What again?
A system of your dreams, be it the PS4. Just kidding. No one wants that.
You almost said it with a straight face.
Xbox One or Nintendo Switch. Xbox.
You're such a jerk.
Well, we know that everyone who would have wanted one already has an Xbox. So hey, get a Switch as a nice second system.
Just not the
you don't
P4.
need, you don't need
Unless you have VR plans with it.
You'll get just a very firm stare and slow head shake out of Mike.
Or if you want any of the exclusives that have come out in the past 12 months.
So here on the program, we talk a lot about pro sports, professional wrestling, or sports entertainment in the case of WWE. But there are thousands of endorsement deals, Adidas, Nike, things like that. They're wearing all this equipment. But I recently found in an article that, wants to get involved with the game? K-Swiss.
Okay.
A company, K-Swiss, I know. They haven't been making any waves in the shoe market lately. Yeah. I know. They were actually the first ones to make in the 70s, the first this shoe is this person's, like a sports player or something.
Okay.
And then Adidas took over for that, and then Nike totally blew that game away with the Jordans. Yeah. And no one's ever going to touch that. But they are paired up with some pro esport teams, and they watched their play, specifically what they're doing, how they're sitting, where they travel, things like that, to design sneakers. So we're having rumors of esports being at the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, but still the Olympics.
Really?
But now shoes for the gamers themselves and meant for professional gaming. What do you guys think about that?
I think when I'm gaming, I'm sitting on my butt. Sneakers don't really factor into that equation too much. The butt to seat interface, sneakers shouldn't be in there.
Are they designed to help you game better, or are they just for looks?
I think that from what I was getting from the article, it's designed for comfort because they looked at the metrics of are they tapping their feet
So
a lot?
they're
Are their feet
slippers.
sweating?
So like skate shoes? Is that what we're kind of looking at here?
They look a lot like running shoes, to be totally honest. The most recent Adidas, like the one with the grip, where they don't sweat very a lot and things like that. Easy on and off. That's what the prototype looks like.
I'm sure it's the kind of thing that they were just like, hey, let's get some esports teams on some of our merch. And then they came up with some malarkey about, we analyzed how they sit and whatever, and how it factors in for the optimal gaming experience. It's like, no, for that you go to DX Racer. You don't go to shoes.
To be honest, they're a little late to the game because you guys, I'm sure you don't really watch like the League of Legends championships, but the teams in League of Legends have full uniforms, and the uniforms include shoes. So they got full
There
teams
was
wearing
there was
jerseys,
an Overwatch team. There was an Overwatch team, Fusion University, this week that could not wear their uniforms to competition because the uniform for Fusion University just had a big old FU on the front.
Okay. Yeah, that's the meme right there. You have people going crazy in chat if they were wearing that.
Tyler, any thoughts on Major League Gaming shoes?
I mean, depending on the design, I think the main thing is you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if you got some pretty cool designs on your shoes that match either your uniforms or something that you're passionate about, I think that they'll add a little spotlight to that character. I also think maybe this is a good thing for K-Swiss since they've been dead since 2000s.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a bad thing to have these out at all. It's just don't feed me the stuff about analyzing comfort for sitting, whatever. No, they look cool.
They have to
And
make
I'm
it
sure
sound
they
like
will.
they're going a step above. That's what it really comes down to. Is because other shoe brands have been there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, well, what can we do to make us sound like we really care about the game? And that's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds to me like a college junior who's like, I need to fill how many pages? BS meter turned to max. Yeah. Again, it's cool. It just feels like they push it a little far with some of
sounds
the
like
marketing
a little
talk.
bit for sure.
So a short plug and also boo for the Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery game that came out recently.
Yeah.
You Harry Potter fans were done wrong once again. Done filthy dirty. That game is just littered with microtransactions.
So background on the game, it's a mobile game, and you are a student. You go to Hogwarts. You sort it into your house or whatever, and you try to win points for the house cup, everything like that. The problem is to do anything. You need energy, and it's one of those mobile games where whenever you do something, if you do this, it takes 3 energy, and you get 1 energy back every 15 minutes or something, somewhere along there.
Yep.
So those
Sure,
Harry
we've all
Potter
played 'em.
fans, they have been waiting
I have.
since the GameCube to have a good game since the Quidditch Cup one, which was meh. But
Like I've
this is
played
not that
games
game.
like that are puzzle games that you'd use like 3 energy to play this one, and you get that energy back.
It's a standard
and
mobile
whatever.
game kind of thing.
It is.
Is this a mobile game?
It is.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
is.
okay.
But the thing
It
is,
is.
that like looking at the graphics of it, the storyline and everything, is that this would have been perfectly at home as a PS2 game.
Okay.
Like it's a full game because aside from the energy mechanic and any other microtransactions that are in the game, I don't know if it has loot boxes. That's a aside from that mechanic, it's a perfectly serviceable and actually very good by all accounts game of being a student at Hogwarts.
Do you pay for it first and then you have microtransactions, or is it free?
It's free to play, I believe.
It's free?
Yeah, so
standard
that
build,
helps out a bit.
basically.
It's free to
Yeah.
play, but then the rate at which they
15
charge
minutes.
you for energy, like,
That
and I
model's
get the
been done,
impression.
but why Harry Potter? I feel like that's not a game that really suits the whole microtransaction kind of deal.
They're like, pay
because
money
the
for Harry
publisher,
Potter.
because they probably wanted to develop it, and then the publisher was like, well, we need to monetize this. How about one of these energy things? All right, well, if we do this in such a way that most people can get by with it, no, fleece them for all they're worth. Give me all of their whatever the currency is in Harry Potter. Dave, you would know?
I would not.
What about Pokemon Go?
Oh, nice, okay.
Exactly. Pokemon Go kind of, I would say, even broke the mold on that, because you can play Pokemon Go without spending
I
any
was
money.
wondering that. It's been a while since I played. So.
Yeah, you can.
I'm still actively playing, and I haven't spent a single dime on it
Alright.
the entire time. And I've been in some situations where, as a gamer, your palms are sweaty, and you're like, oh god, I'm out of this. But instead, I ran down the street, I spun this thing, and then I came back, and I was able to complete the task.
The only time I spent money was to get incubators when I was at a con. Get all those eggs to hatch faster. But that's a good example of how to do it right, because there will be your whales, I believe is what they're called in the industry.
Yep.
There will be the few people that will spend money on that to do even more than the acceptable standard that you can play the game at for free. And Harry Potter just slid that way too far in the other direction. To do anything at an even reasonable play rate, you got to pay money, or you got to play it for 5 minutes and then set it down for 2 hours.
Exactly.
A friend was visiting a couple weeks ago, and he was like on a timer almost that like, all right, no, I got to play this because my energy will be maxed and I don't want to lose the energy that I would otherwise earn over time. Okay.
No.
Where were we?
So take this from experience. I played a game called Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and it was based on the same kind of model where you had energy and you use that energy in simple things, and after a while you'd be out, and either you buy more or you use loot that you buy with real money to buy more. So it's just like those kind of games, in my opinion, that game was amazing, you know what I mean? But it has no staying power because you get tired of it. You know, it's like you have to plan your day out around a video game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Instead
who
of
really wants to do that
the
for
other
months
way
and months,
around.
you know what I mean? Like it's just too much.
Agreed.
That's what happened with me in Clash of Clans. I was playing that for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's addictive. It can get you, but it has no staying power. Like you won't be playing it a year later unless you're one of those guys that just has a ton of money just to throw at a game. It's disposable income. That's what it comes down to for a lot of whales. You know.
Yep. So speaking of whales and all these other terminology in the video game community, and this is a topic for everybody, and I do definitely want to hear everyone's opinion on this. Tyler, who was on the cover of the most recent Madden game?
Tom Brady.
And who was on the cover of the MLB game?
Aaron Judge.
And
I
who
didn't purchase it, so I forgot.
And who was on the cover? It's because we opened a copy in the store, played it, and then we're like, I'm satisfied.
I got yelled at.
And then who was on the cover of what's another famous sport? The hockey game.
I don't know hockey.
He says wearing an NHL
What
shirt.
about NBA?
What about NBA? NBA, that's the other big sport. Who was on the NBA cover?
That one's Kyrie Irving.
So
The cover athlete is I know his name for NHL, but we can move on.
all right, so that whole point aside, all of those sports, major businesses, major things like that, corporations go into it, and they funnel it all into the image of one person. One player who achieves that year, or one person, in the case of Kyrie Irving, kind of, who doesn't really necessarily embody everything about the sport, but does become a face of the time, because history will look back and they'll look back at who was the cover athlete for these things. So my question to you guys is, and it's been coming into the store. We have a seating area in the Wilton Mall. We always have Ninja on, or Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Lupo, all these things. And people come in because their streamers are their favorite to watch or to not watch. Does gaming need a face? And do you think it would benefit gaming itself to have a face, Tyler? Do you think it would benefit gaming as a whole to have this person, as majority of sports do from time to time?
I mean, I feel like it works both spectrums. I think, like, depending on what game it is, that person could be the face of it. Like, obviously Ninja's the face of Fortnite right now. He's probably the face of gaming in general at the moment because of how popular he is, how much money he raises, what people he's meeting with and whatnot. But, over time, he'll probably fade away, as most people do. But I feel like it just depends on what type of game it is. I just think video gaming as a whole is such a broad spectrum that you can't just say, because basketball, it's one sport. There can be one person, Football's the same way, where gaming, you have RPGs, you have sports games, you have shooters, you have all these different types of games, and you got to pick one person. I think Ninja right now is probably the main guy and probably the most recognizable face, but there will be maybe another one because Twitch is so big, and they'll take over the helm at that point.
Mike, do you agree with Tyler's point?
Yeah,
made?
There should be a face of it always. It always helps bring in more popularity. People that don't even play video games really are picking up Fortnite just because it's popular and easy to get into. But
I'm going to give that to you because you can see that TV.
But, yeah, I don't really know what determines who would be the face of it, but...
It's with leagues in their infancy for professional gaming, how does that exactly work? I'm going to say, we'll talk about Overwatch, because I mentioned with Fusion University, and that there are athletes who are well known by name within people who play Overwatch, and occasionally one might break out to be aware of outside of that.
They got a face.
But I'm not sure that it's needed as much as it is with sports. Like with football, there's not exactly like anything that says football aside from just the ball. Having people on it helps to humanize it a bit. And a lot of video games, even competitive ones, like with Overwatch, there's characters in Overwatch. So, like, I don't know that the face of Overwatch is ever going to be an athlete. I think it's going to be Tracer or one of the other characters.
Yeah,
that's true.
I agree with that.
They do have a guy named Chris Pine, though, who is pretty sloppy, slippery,
Wow,
wild
is he?
So I feel like, everybody likes a champion, and that's what is on the face of a lot of covers.
I mean,
Ninja, he's really good at Fortnite. He's, a lot of people say he's the uncrowned champ, and that's just how it is. People like champions, but the thing about video games is that we thrived before we had a face on video games, and we'll thrive after it. So I don't think it's needed, but it helps for sure, because you want the casual dollar. You know what I mean? Not everybody is somebody who plays video games all the time. They just only have a time for every once in a while, and having a face of somebody that's cool and that you can relate to will help bring them in and keep their money. So.
And speaking of which, that casual time you do have should not be spent playing that Harry Potter mobile game. Don't do it.
For sure.
Don't do it.
No, it's okay. Go for it. It's only going to be about 15 minutes a day that you get to play it anyway. I agree with that, because it's not necessarily, I don't think that it needs a face, but having a face, again, right now Ninja is that face that's out there to the world for gaming in general and Fortnite specifically, and I don't think it hurts it at all, but I don't know if there will ever really be the push to have a face of an esport the way that there is for traditional sports.
Yes.
I think Michael Jordan should just be the face of that as well.
Should it
Just
be crying Michael Jordan? Should it be crying Michael Jordan dunking a copy of Titanfall into the trash?
No, it'll be Shaquille O'Neal with the new Shaq Fu coming out.
Oh, God.
That man
That'd
is
be amazing.
everywhere.
There is one in the works.
Yeah, there is.
Shaq Fu?
Shaq Fu is
Yeah.
coming
No way.
back,
Yeah.
but it's coming back as an RPG-esque, no longer a
What?
side-scrolling fighter.
Oh, my
If you look at
goodness.
videos of it, it has expanded.
It was in the booth next to Grip, which I did like a video of and I talked about a whole lot. But I was like, I don't care about that. I'm on this racing game. If I just looked at it for 2 seconds, I would know. No, I had no idea.
I saw a trailer for it the other day where he picked up this power-up and he turned into a cactus. And he's like, really? I'm the Shactus? Or something. And like the breaking the fourth wall.
Yes!
Shooting spikes at people out of his arm.
That's what I want out of that game.
Punny, huh?
Like
Oh my
that.
God.
Very punny.
That sounds awful and hilarious and hilariously
He,
awful.
Like, transformed into a diesel truck, and he goes, "Oh, I'm a Shaq diesel truck." Go over.
All I know is there better be some sort of mention of barbecue chicken in that game.
No, it'd be a big rig. Shaq. Instead of
You're gonna power up with barbecue chicken and Shaq soda. Tyler, what?
You gotta collect 100 barbecue chicken for the power up.
Oh.
You have to play for enough hours to earn enough points to modify your caddy so you can drive around in it.
Little mobile aspects.
So,
Oh no! We just talked about.
I was gonna say Kia.
Kia, K-Swiss, awful companies, but so
Drive a Kia, you jerks. It's a very reliable car.
that'll be our talking point for next week. Stud or dud, Kia. So we're gonna.
It's not so much. They're very stupid.
Meanwhile, I'm driving a dead car brand. Wee.
So let's hop into a little break right before we do our stud and dud and disc tray, just to give people a little bit of a respite, a pause to think about all the things we have just laid on them.
And a lot coming out this month.
Barbecue
Stutter Dud looks like we're going over all the big ones this month, so we'll be. I'm looking forward to that.
And we are back with Behind the Counter, episode 15, the lost cheese, as we can say. So our stud and dud segment is leading into some games that will catch a lot of the store's favorite word, but it does not have the particular sort of, he whispered it, but it's holstered. So stud or dud, Conan Exiles. Mike? Do you know anything about it?
I saw the first. It's the one about Conan the Barbarian, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an action adventure game. You don't play as Conan. You play as a homebrewed character that interacts with Conan for a small bit, and then Conan kind of goes, "Do your own thing," and leaves.
See, you asked if it was Conan the Barbarian. It's like, oh, I was hoping it was Conan O'Brien when he was exiled in TBS. That would be a great video game.
Which motto are they using for Conan? Arnold or Khal Drogo?
I'm gonna say neither, because when that video game.
Decided.
Tyler, do you have an opinion either way on action adventure survival Conan game?
I mean, I've watched some of the old Conan games. I haven't seen much about this one. I know they're popular and everybody likes them, so I think it'll probably be a stud. But I don't know much on it. I've seen it in the past and it looks pretty cool. Just not my type of tea.
Boner?
I know very little about this. My impression that I've gotten from seeing other Conan games stay on the shelf forever is that it will probably be a serviceable game, but it's not going to sell well. So I'm going to say dud.
I'm going to agree with Boder. I think it'll be a middle-of-the-road kind of game. I don't think it's going to be complete crap, but I don't think it's going to be on the level of previous studs that we've had for sure. So it'll be, I feel like, this is without knowing too much about it. I feel like it'll probably just be like a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it'll be good, but it won't be great.
I think for the market, the people who love Conan, they got a bad movie starring Khal Drogo himself that's in your Walmart $5 bins now. And this game will probably join it soon thereafter.
Excuse me, there's barely any room for movies in a Walmart. That $5 bin is prime real estate.
It is.
Let's be honest.
With Marvel flooding the market with films they can charge $30 for. So Conan Exiles, majority dud. I think it's a stud. I think it'll do it for the people. I think it will. It'll do what people want. I think with the fact that I did a little bit of research in it because I kind of wanted it, but then I didn't. But I also then didn't buy it. So
Yeah.
it's an indicator.
Boy, that sure looks like a game.
It's exactly what I thought when I saw it. It's also, it had its pre-release allowed people to play the full game until it hit the full market, so I don't necessarily know that they're going to do any booming statistical numbers.
Yeah, it's not like a
because of it.
multiplayer game or anything, right? We're talking mostly single-player adventure?
It does multiplayer. You can
It
connect
does
to
as well, okay.
whole worlds with multiplayer, so that'll be
okay.
in and of itself where
Okay.
it can kind of expand.
Yeah, because if it was just like a single-player game, then it's like, well, the people who would have wanted to play it already played it in beta.
Exactly.
So, okay, so multiplayer will help that out a lot, especially with a full release. But again, it's...
So skipping forward to this coming Friday, a heavily anticipated PlayStation 4 exclusive, Air 5.
Peepo.
We have Detroit Become Human by Quantic Dream, action-adventure game by the same company who did Heavy Rain, things like that. Story-ridden game. So I'm going to start because I know that what everyone else is going to react. I think it's going to be a stud for the market. I think people aren't necessarily going to buy PlayStation 4s for that game, but I think the storyline it explores, and I think the fact that it pretty much picks up on where iRobot left people wondering and scratching their heads in the theaters, I think it'll do well. What about you guys? What do you think?
I think it'll be fun. That's the kind of game where you can make all your decisions, like any decision you want. And that's the kind of the one where I would do all the bad things.
Just Deus Ex, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like Knights of the Old Republic. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be full-blown dark side.
As a Quantic Dream game, again, I played Heavy Rain before. It's something that really interests me because they do that really well. If you do something early on, they specifically call back to that one thing a bunch of times later on. Or just, you're denied something. If you screw something up, you're denied that ability or that item or whatever. I'm going to say stud because, number one, the developer, and because they put out studs before. And number two, just the setting, kind of like the cyberpunky kind of thing. I'm excited for it.
Tyler?
I would say it's a stud. I always like games that have, like, big name actors in it, like Jesse Williams is in this one, so I think it will be pretty cool. And I haven't really seen much on it, but I've seen the trailer and it looks pretty decent. So I think it'll be good. It'll be a nice game that you can't get on Xbox One.
I think it'll be a stud for sure. I mean, what like limited things I've seen about it and what I've heard about it. Just hopefully, with it being a stud, we have a lot of people that'll actually buy it because. To put in that kind of effort and know that you're probably releasing a stud just to not have people buy it because it doesn't intrigue them enough is something I'm worried about with that. But I feel like the people that'll pick it up are going to love it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that market doesn't become saturated with choosers because we've already had A Way Out, which is not storyline at all similar, but gameplay-wise very similar, where the decisions you make have an impact on the later in the game, and you can go back just like a Telltale game. And things of that nature. So it seems like the stud has it for this game.
Stud.
Just to be different. That is 5 out of 5 studs right there.
So the next, I know that's not the first one, but it is very strange to have that on our program. The next one is a game that has caused our market a great amount of influx of money with destroyed controllers and rage gaming. Dark Souls Remastered on all of the consoles coming out May 25th.
Is this just Dark Souls 1, or is this like 1,
Just
2, and
Dark
3?
Souls.
Okay.
The original.
Okay. Still.
I'm excited for it. I played a bunch of the first one, actually. It was his, and he left it at the Batista households, and I played the crap out of that game, and it'll be exciting to see just the online community kicking again for some duels and the death cams when you see where people have died before.
Hell yeah. Tyler, have you played Dark Souls ever? And does this game pique your interest even a little?
No, not at all, and no, it does not. And I'm giving it a dud because I like myself.
Man.
Myself and like to restart games over and over again. So the game is stupid and it's a dud.
Andy, any throw-ins on?
How long has it been since Dark Souls got released? That's a
that was my thought because
range.
I played Dark Souls 3 is the only one of the series that I played. I played it a couple years ago, and even that felt a little dated when I was playing it.
Dark Souls 1 came out in 2011.
That really
it hasn't been that long to get a remastery, but I feel like for the people that want to see Dark Souls, and it does have a big fan base. For the people that want to see it with the better graphics and smoother gameplay,
its art style is going to benefit a lot from a remaster because it's this like gray on slightly darker gray, and it's really hard to see detail. So any bump in texture resolution that we get, any bump in on-screen resolution, is going to help that become a little clearer because it gets a little muddy when at least I know on PC it gets muddy when graphics are turned down. So I have to assume that. Its console release early on was kind of like that. So on the newer consoles, higher res graphics, and just everything that's built up around the series, I'm going to say stud as far as remasters go.
So the studs have it. I'm going to say dud just because I can't beat it, so I don't like it.
A lot of people in that same boat. It's not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure.
Exactly. Time hopping a little bit to May 22nd, State of Decay 2 will be coming out. Now this game has a couple things going for it, and I did want to note it before we have at it. So it's a zombie survival game. A little bit late to that table, but there's still a table for it nonetheless. As long as The Walking Dead's on TV, it'll fly.
Yep.
It's going to be a cross-play title from Microsoft immediately upon day release. You'll be playing with and against people on the PC and Xbox together. And then the other cool thing with this one is if you have Game Pass on the Xbox One, you will be getting that game for free the day it comes out.
Oh, nice.
Automatically.
Nice.
It's
They usually
included
do
with it.
that for games that have been out for like a couple years. That they're like, hey, you should be interested in this again, and then buy it for $5 after the month is up.
Yep, but since Microsoft Studios are the ones spearheading the do of this game, they have decided to reward the people who are in that subscription service. So with all of that ahead, Tyler being the easy target to pick on because it's a Microsoft exclusive, stud or dud?
Wait, so it's a Microsoft exclusive, right?
Uh-huh.
It's
Yep.
a zombie game, right?
Yep.
Sounds like a game that should have came out in like 2010. I'm gonna go with a dud on this one.
Sounds like it should have come out 2011 and then been remastered this week.
That's the way they're doing it.
Mike, did you play State of Decay?
I did not. I want to give it a dud just because it's a Xbox brother, but I do think it's kind of be whack. So dud.
Dud? Boner?
I haven't looked into the game too much, so take this one with a grain of salt. I'm going to say dud because it's going to be out for free for a month, and I don't think that's going to translate into sales. Anyone who wants to try it will try it, and I don't know that it's going to hook people in. Particularly, I don't know if it's going to hook Xbox people. Is it's competitive play, or is it all co-op?
It's 4 players versus a map of zombies.
Okay, so
from what I'm getting.
so it's co-op play, so that's something. But I still think it's certainly not going to translate into Xbox sales because something like that is probably going to play a little smoother on PC. There's cross-play. They try it out for a month and like, I can't compete, and it's not fun enough for me to try to buy a copy.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some of that. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works for them, but I
Dud or
don't think
dud?
it will. Dud.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to say dud just because of the crossplay. That's a huge thing for me. And even though it's going to be co-op, it's been done before. You know what I mean? So it's not a fresh experience in my opinion. So
Yeah, I'm
That's-
also
that's how I feel
pessimistic.
about
I
it.
love the idea of crossplay, but everything that's been crossplay for the most part has been disappointing.
yeah, it just I feel
so
like it
just
never works
continuing
out.
on that trend.
Left 4 Dead did it better, and you should have left it 4 Dead, State of Decay 2, so the duds have that one.
That hurt just a little.
Wham!
We need that like Jeopardy sound, or is it Wheel of Fortune where they do that like?
Oh, the dun
fun
dun
one.
dun
The ship.
dun
The sinking ship.
Yeah, that one.
Price is right.
The Price is Right when you
Price is
blow
Right
it on
fail
the
alarm.
on the prize thing. So we have had a pretty eventful episode. We talked about gaming shoes. We pooped on Harry Potter fandom. We brought Deadpool in.
Not the fandom. I'm not going to touch Harry Potter fandom.
Thanos was mentioned, and we were all spared, thankfully. Stated.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Oh wow, you're here.
The question, please.
Yes.
My camera turned off. I don't know how long it's done that.
Whoa.
So we have a very interesting question from
From the audience.
a live viewer, and then one on Facebook. But our live viewer here first. He has his hand up. Jason will be right with you. But
Question,
yes.
question. First off, dud, and dud. And second, for Gundam.
About
The
what?
models, do they get new models every year or no? For Gundam. The machines? Do they get new models every year, like cars, or no?
This is
I'll say no.
I'm not allowed to answer the questions. You people voted. 4 of you said no, and I said yes.
That was about what we were discussing last week. This is a new question. Do
Okay.
they get new models every year, or like cars, or no?
If a new series comes out, yes.
It doesn't matter.
I would say probably new models come out every year. If there's a new series, or if people request certain styles of model.
And how do they get in? Do they have ladders or?
What?
How do they get into their
Oh,
suits?
into the. Wait a minute. Wait again. You people voted, and you said I'm not allowed to talk about this.
New question.
Okay, all right.
You can't address what we went over last time.
So,
They go up through the butt.
Is there like a ladder that comes down?
there-
Like how do I get
in
in?
any of the Gundam series, there's actually usually like whole riser systems in these hangars, a la Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
where
that
people
didn't
are
help me
walking
either.
around.
last week, and it
Didn't
didn't
help
help
me either.
It was
You
a
know, like a
Pacific Rim.
scissor lift, like cherry picker kind of thing. Think kind of like that.
Essentially, anytime you've seen
It's a lot of
scaffolding.
work to get in one.
It is. Oh my God, it is. Which is why if you're fighting people who have mobile suits, attacking them when they're not in the mobile suit, guaranteed victory.
One more question,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Where were you last week, Dave?
Where was I last week? I
Pretty
was.
sure
hit 'em up.
I was in the chair with a controller in my hand, ready to play Call of Duty.
Oh.
I think
Well-
there's some explaining to do here.
Well,
There's a handshake and everything, too, Dave.
there was, but there was a non-committal on that handshake.
Voter came
However,
in, fully excited. He had popcorn. He was ready to go. He had his chair. He was going to sit down and watch an exciting match.
He's like, I wish to see cheeks.
Cheeks for glory.
Mike was ready to wave someone's hand in the air for victory.
well,
I was gonna give
wait a
my
minute.
name off the belt.
Wait a minute.
Let us all
Didn't
down.
someone's hand get raised in victory? I'm pretty sure even
Oh, I
in.
would definitely declare the winner.
Exactly. So someone's hand did get raised
After a
because
good match.
It's not
it's
a
just
fair
like
victory.
it's just like the in WWF when you know Stone Cold's not going to come and someone walks out of the ring and goes, "I'm challenging Stone Cold to a match. Ring the bell." And then they go there and they're like, and the ref counts to 10 and they're like, "I won. I beat Stone Cold." Not comparing myself to Stone Cold. Although I'm wearing the shirt, I whip out a stunner every so often here and there. But
Wow.
in this case, very much in particular, I challenged. I was not able to make the commitment to come to seek my challenge, and I lost.
We did
Flat
get
out.
So do you
someone.
then cede that challenge?
I have to. I lost. It's not a matter of like I want a rematch. Nope.
I
asked
guess your
for a
name gets
challenge.
on
I
the
have a
belt.
question now.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you kind of planned this out and you were just scared to play him in the beginning? That's why you didn't show up? That's why you're not giving a rematch right now, saying Dan's standing right there. You're not going to say, Dan, I'll play you one-on-one?
This is the problem. I don't have the right to say that. I already challenged him for a 1v1.
Whoa.
He accepted.
You're
Now,
here,
if
he's here, everybody's here.
Which belt is it?
the world heavyweight, the top,
It has my name on it right now.
Nope, one above
Dan,
that.
would you play right now?
I would. I don't have the right to.
I
But
didn't know your name was Dan. Dan, would you play right now?
We don't have a copy to play. So
Wow. With this on the line, you
Didn't we
don't
have one last
you don't
week?
find the passion in your heart to want to rematch? Like you're just
Alright.
willing to accept that you don't have this?
you saw the
Here's the
passion.
situation. The situation is Dave isn't in a position to ask for
Exactly.
I agree.
Which
I
is why
agree.
which is why I didn't. I'm having rematches
Although
pushed
I don't
on me.
back down from challenges, we don't have a copy of the game in right now.
So
Otherwise, I'd pick you up and
Dan,
smack you
didn't
around.
we have one last week?
so what I'm
By the way-
getting.
By the way, Andy, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I
If
thank you.
anyone can talk about my knowledge of playing video games, Andy can mention my greatness in Halo back in the day as The Rock.
It's the Rock.
Speaking of not being able to get rematches, his own brother over here can't get a rematch clause for a Halo match because he got destroyed.
Because
too.
he had his
So-
brother playing.
You couldn't
Tommy.
even protect your own brother.
But nonetheless, Andy, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Andy and I go way back. We played Halo back in the
Yeah,
day.
that
Back when there was no Xbox Live.
That
back
was
when
the
you
pure
had to have
passion in
4
video games.
Xboxes to plug in.
Oh, yeah.
System Link.
Yeah.
When people don't know about System Link, it's just like it's a shot in the heart, man.
Yeah.
It's like that's
Yeah.
when video games are great, dude. And, you know, 4 Xboxes, System Link, order a bunch of pizzas. It's a fun time, man. That was the best.
I mean, Dave, Mike, you guys can console yourselves now, because you lost me at Halo, and Dave
There's already video proof of us playing together and me being way better at Halo.
I still think it would be a great idea for there to be like hype videos for championship matches. I think that you guys should definely have championship matches.
Dan's been running his mouth since 2004.
It could be great.
That sounds like something we should look into having. We just need to have our employee base rotate around challenges, and just like anything else, have the what are they called? Not the gaming commission here, but who decides these title things?
The recreation committee.
The recreation committee. We'll have to have a sit down meeting with them about.
You don't speak to them in person. You can write something.
Somebody can request in writing.
Well, here's my.
They don't meet. They don't put you all in one.
It's challenge day.
You know what? So that's my thing to the recreation people. If you're out there listening, those nameless faces, Dr. Claw, and all those things. I bet he's on that.
Faces. Everyone knows who they are.
Well, I don't. So
I'm a member.
line up a challenge for somebody else for some of these belts, because there's an awful lot of prowess being thrown around and not a lot of backing it up in the gym, as we say.
I would love to have a full-out promotion with Germ Dog for Mortal Kombat.
God.
Quite the amount of thanks
If Joe
to.
Doug is watching. Sup?
So
Happy Mom's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Jamie.
That can be quite the card.
God.
The Mortal Kombat card.
ooh, a
Jeremy
tiered
and Mike.
tiered elimination
It'd
tournament
be quite
featuring-
the main event
featuring-
going on right there.
so
We're not even on my level. We're not even.
then you know what? Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch to the commission as they are. A tiered elimination. The Insane Games employees and friendos of and family of, and an elimination tournament. And the winner is determined to be the one that can actually say, "I'm the best."
Well, in that case, that means they're coming for my belt because I already got the MK belt.
I mean, Dave, there's gonna be no wrestling though.
So that would just give you first seed then.
And-
You're
but
at
you
the
know,
end.
just like we talked about 2
Just
weeks
like
ago.
Shao Kahn.
Just like we talked about 2 weeks ago, we established that the WWE belt and a Mortal Kombat belt separately did not have enough leg, enough muscle, or even enough interest to stand on, a la that Overwatch belt that nobody contends
yeah,
for.
that's changing
Overwatch
to.
belt should be gone.
That's gonna be changed soon.
So-
Be an
The
FPS
champ
belt.
needs to be changed. The
We-
Halo champ should be vacant.
The-
and the sports champ should be vacant.
Tommy's defended his Halo champ belt pretty well.
To who?
I mean, he beat me in the supposed 1v1.
didn't
Not
use your
you.
belt?
I defended this many
What are the games on
times.
there that you need to use?
They are Mortal Kombat,
Okay, you're good at that.
Tekken,
Okay.
UFC, Killer Instinct,
Yee!
Smash Bros,
Yee!
and WWE. I suck at WWE. That was for
And you're
Dave.
good at Super Smash Brothers?
I would take
Johnny
anyone's.
drew
I
you
took
up and
Johnny's
spit
cheeks
you
in
out.
Smash Bros. We played on the Wii, albeit we had very stupid controllers. We were just using the Wii remote sideways. But I took his cheeks 1v1 twice. Once with Marth,
Yikes.
once with Mega Man.
We did have an audience question,
three.
and this is actually a question that all of us can weigh in on. I had a customer come in yesterday, and one was talking about, oh look, Atari cartridges. Can't you play that on your system you have? And he goes, oh no, it does everything but Atari. And the person looked it over at the person and said, that makes that system stupid. So. A game system that claims to do it all in one, but can't do that extra thing. Let's say the Retrons that do 8 million games, except for the one, for example, the Atari games. Does it make it stupid, in your opinions?
No, because it's nice if you want to play any system, get that system. Anything that can play multiple together is automatically a really cool thing to have, especially if it can use the original controllers, which I know the Retron 3 can. So I mean, it's okay. So it can't play the Atari. Great, then you get that. Well, will it play the Atari Jaguar cartridges? No. Do we need to add that now? Okay. How about in television? Does it have something to play a CDI in? It just gets huge. No, it play the stuff that is the big stuff, the constant sellers, and NES, SNES, Genesis, and N64 when they get around to designing
Yep.
analog sticks for Retrons.
Mike?
Break
As
in
far
2
as the
minutes.
ones that do like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis, I don't think that's necessary because those are like one generation, like past the Atari. So
Yeah.
maybe if they did one with like Atari, Coleco, and something else, that would be. But
Tyler?
Atari's stupid. I agree with that person.
I think he was saying the
What was the
opposite.
actual statement?
The statement was the customer who said Retron was useless without Atari support.
Ataris,
Oh.
like buying the systems are so
I-
cheap,
well-
man. Like, why? Why do you need
They
that?
have-
Like,
they have the
that's how I
flashback
feel.
For that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was
Don't
gonna be
need
my
that.
point. There's no point for it. There's a flashback of all the games that you would want to play on.
Yeah, exactly.
I still appreciated it for what it was.
Sounds
It's
like
a,
a funny
neat
scene, though.
idea. Like it'd be nice, but I don't think it's a dig against these all-in-one systems from the NES, SNES generation if they can't also play extra stuff.
I would have liked to play E.T. on it though.
Oh God.
One more question.
Hold
I
on.
think
We're,
should
actually, we're about to hit a break just for the camera's sake.
Nope, because it died.
Didn't
and
you
we had
just
to
say
restart
2
it.
minutes?
30 minutes.
Did you just whisper 2 minutes to me?
No.
All
Oh
right.
no, that was talking about how fast the joystick would die if it was on a Retron.
Ah, all right.
An N64 joystick.
So, audience question. Audience question.
One question I got for Boder.
yeah.
So the belts in all the championships. What would be a belt that you would want to play for?
Oh, that's a
What
good question.
would you
That's a
compete
good
with?
question.
Maybe there now. And if there's not a belt on there, which one
I-
would it be? And I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I can't
no,
wait
that's
to hear
fine.
the response on this.
Halo.
Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as something that a lot of people play and can be multiplayer
Can you
against
step
each
on
other,
the court with the Andy and I in Halo.
I don't know. I'm rusty.
What about me?
I'm rusty.
You
If
hear
it's
that,
if it's
Tom?
Halo 1,
Voters
then
coming
yeah.
for the belt.
Somebody asked if we could actually fit inside the belt, so I just want to see the Halo one really quick.
I'm rusty,
trying on his
but
future belt.
I just want to try it on.
Show that to the
On the
camera.
camera! On the camera! Step in
Show
front of
that
the
to the
cameras!
camera.
Show the cameras!
Then it's highly not allowed.
The
You see that, Tom?
That would be.
wow! The committee right now, whoever they are feverishly typing.
If I've ever seen a promotional stunt like that in a match, wow. Andy put on Tom's belt and challenged him to Halo.
And slapped it a little.
Not to mention, Boder challenged Tom to the belt as well.
yeah, I mean, I'd be
Now
interested
it's time,
in
man.
stepping into the ring. However,
Halo 1?
I would say
Halo
yeah
1?
yeah I would say that I
Okay.
gained some of Dan's respect there, so I'm ready to lose it again. Do we want to do disc tray?
Yeah, let's move on.
Any way in on this, Tyler?
Halo's stupid.
I knew it. I knew
Here
he
we
would
go.
say that.
He's not good at it.
No, I don't really care to play it, so hence, how would you know if I'm good or not? If I put in the time and effort, I probably would be great at it, but it's a stupid game made by Microsoft, and I mean, the only thing that's
By
cool about it is
Microsoft?
you have a main character called
It
Master
is
Chief,
now.
that's probably the most
Now.
awesome name you could ever come out with, and the theme
Whatever.
that game is hot water garbage.
So if we
And I
play,
watch my mouth right there.
if we play a Halo tournament, Tyler will not be participating. Is what we're getting from that. So, all around, what's in your disc tray, Dan?
Nope, I'm off the scenes again.
Yeah, I'm not even supposed to be here. No,
And yeah, he interjected himself
So-
into the past 15 minutes.
So from the audience, the answer is nothing's in their disc tray. That's fine.
no, not for me.
Boder, what's in your disc tray?
I finished Nier Automata yesterday, which was really exciting, and today I downloaded BattleTech, and I'm going to lose a lot of time to that game. In
Have you
case
been playing that game for like a month?
Nier Automata, yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks, and then finally finished it on stream yesterday during the all-day stream. And yeah, now I've been playing BattleTech, which, if you're wondering what that's like, it's like Gundam.
Mike, what's in your disc tray?
Still Dark Souls 3. I haven't played it. I've been just playing the games that are actually downloaded onto my Xbox, Fortnite and more.
Oh yeah, I'm using disc tray metaphorically.
Okay.
Nier and BattleTech are Steam
I
downloads.
was saying, from what we're playing, Fortnite
Yeah.
and Morrowind right now.
All right.
Tyler,
Ooh,
what's
nice.
in your disc tray?
Still Fortnite. I'm working on all the week 2 challenges at the moment.
Nice. Very nice. Andy, you're new to this.
I've got a rotating, that's for sure. All studs though. So I mean, I got God of War going.
God.
Nice.
Monster Hunter World is something that I get into a lot. Fortnite when I just want to chill out and play with the boys a little bit. That's kind of like my casual game right now.
Where we dropping, boys?
League of Legends. That's my main game. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Much respect.
It's just my main game.
Sweet. Dave?
I have Tekken 7 because last night what was supposed to be a 60-minute stream turned into a 4-hour powerhouse between Devil Jin and Heihachi, and I beat him.
Oh, you
and
got
that's
him?
all
You got him.
that matters because I was going to stream until you came in to open the store the next day. I was not going to walk away from that challenge.
That's what I like to hear, man.
There was too much at stake with the Mishima Zaibatsu on the line, and I was not going to walk away from it. I did find out, fortunately, that the Tekken 7 storyline expands out past the Bloodlines per se-esque, so I'm very excited to be streaming that in the near future.
God of War, right? We started God of War on Wednesday, both of us together on the week
Yep.
on Wednesday, and you've been playing it a bunch since then?
Yes, it's been heavily requested by by our donors to St. Jude's Play Live, which is really appreciated, and they've been keeping asking me to keep streaming.
Yeah.
And that's why I've
Update
had
on-
less sleep every day.
Update on Play Live. When we were playing on Wednesday, we had a donation train come in, $110 from 5 or 6 different donations.
Wow.
And then the next
really good.
day, on Thursday, we got a single donation from Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's. He's done donations like this to a bunch of different campaigns.
Oh my God.
$500.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
We're
that's
sitting
wicked
at
cool.
$1,040 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
saying,
That's
Yeah,
really
that's
cool.
him.
So-
Really
That,
cool.
that night, we also got a $25 donation from our friendo Penguin as well, not
Yeah.
to overshadow his donation, even though a bigger one came in the same night. But
Hey, everything counts, man.
Yeah.
That's for
exactly,
sure.
and especially because it all goes to St. Jude's. But if you follow us on our different social media campaigns, you can follow that St. Jude's Play Live campaign. But we would like to give a quick plug for Andy here. Thank you very much for being a guest on our
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
our Behind the Counter episode 15, filling in for the absence of, for the beginning of Dan. But where can the fine folks at home on Facebook Live and Twitch reach you at to see the quality and moist gameplay you provide?
If I do switch on the stream, it's going to be Twitch TV/Galagros. Anybody that's in the Twitch chat right now, you guys see me talking all the time. So if I'm not watching and participating with you guys,
Watching and listening.
yeah.
from the
So I
mountain.
mean,
Yeah.
if I switch it on, throw me a follow. That way, as soon as I come online, because I hit the ground running when I stream. I turn the stream
Nice.
on, I'm gaming
Yes.
immediately. So.
Yep.
If you guys follow me and you have the notifications and you see my notification come up, just know that I'm going to be taking cheeks. That's it. That's it, man.
Cheeks of glory.
Oh, glory!
So for all of us here at Insane Games, Behind the Counter, Press Enter Productions, Boater Bug at St. Jude Play Live, and all of the other various social media accounts you can reach us, special guest Galagros here, we bid you a fond and fair
Good night. Right?
La, 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 la.